Question 2. What is Bob trying to buy? Bob only cares about Bob. Bob is trying to fix the world because Bob can only be happy in a world Bob is in control of. Bob is often confronted by external factors that detract from Bob's happiness. If Bob can correct those external factors, Bob believes that Bob will be happy. Everything Bob buys is a solution to this underlying fundamental problem where Bob is removing blockages to Bob's happiness in Bob's life. And once we know what this fundamental problem is, we can sell a solution. So every time Bob buys, this is the problem. There is something that Bob needs to fix in order for Bob to be happy. And that's the way Bob views the world. If the world is broken, if there are external factors in Bob's life or external issues that need to be fixed, Bob cannot be happy unless Bob fixes the world. So Bob isn't interested in how we see the world. Bob is only interested in fixing the problems he sees in the world. Once we begin to understand that, every single thing we sell, every single thing we market, can be marketed based on this fundamental concept. So let's have a look at why do we buy food. We might have a comfort problem. We are hungry and we need food to survive. If we don't have food, we will die. So that's a problem. So we need to fix the world so that we can get food from the world. Let's have a look at another example. Status. For some people, they might be trying to solve a status problem. They might be entertaining people. They might be entertaining the boss. They might be dating in a new relationship. And they want to show their status. They want to show they're successful by eating in the right places, by eating certain brands that are associated with status. Now that doesn't look like a problem, but it's a problem that needs to be solved. Social. You might have a social problem. You might want to spend time with someone. Maybe a family member is coming to visit and you haven't seen them in a long time and you know they like a certain type of food. Well, then you're going to buy that food. You have a social problem. And by buying the right food fitting for that social occasion, we solve a problem. And pleasure. Sometimes we want to taste something we enjoy. Sometimes we want to just feel good. And we buy food to enjoy the taste and to feel good. So that means we're in a place where we feel a certain way, but now we want to move to a place of feeling pleasure. So the problem is going from where we are to where we need to be. And problems are always the same. It's always about going from where you are to where you need to be. And that journey, that process of solving that problem is the buyer journey. When we think about why does Bob buy food, and we've identified our Bob, we might be selling to Bob based on survival. It might just be we have to sell food they can afford. They've got a large family and a small income. And then it would be a comfort problem. And I recommend you make notes of this. These are very important examples, and these are typically the 4 key problems that people solve on a regular basis: comfort, status, social, pleasure, that we can tap into. So we've got comfort, we've got status, we've got social, we've got pleasure. Each of these is a problem where Bob has a certain state and he needs to move to a more successful state. That is the buyer journey. The buyer journey is problem solving.